Welcome student. Under DSC 3, that is techniques of marginal costing, we are going to do under unit 2 application of marginal costing in decision making. We are going to study today make or buy decision. The module number is 11. Under this I will be covering decisions making using marginal costing technique, make or buy decision, reasons to make, reasons to buy. At the end I will summarize and I will give you all the references. The learning outcomes of this module are: you will be able to explain application of marginal costing technique in decision making, then enumerate reasons to make in-house versus buy, and at the same time you will be apply this procedure in make or buy decision making. Now let us understand, what do you understand by the term decision making? Decision making is nothing but choosing or selecting a course of action from the various alternatives. We have many alternatives available, and then we have a question which path to choose or which goal to select. So in that case, deciding on that appropriate path, the way to go ahead, that is called as a selection. So choosing the alternative, selecting the alternative is called as decision making, and exactly same thing we are going to do by using marginal costing. Now there are two types of decisions. They are strategic decisions and tactical decisions. Strategic decisions in an organization is basically taken by the top level management, okay, and they are a long term decision. So basically it is taken by a top level management like board of directors and so on. Whereas tactical decisions are short term decisions, and these are taken by middle and lower level management. So we are going to study under this is tactical decisions, because application of marginal costing technique is for a short term decisions and they are basically a tactical decisions. Now when can I apply this or marginal costing technique in kind of a decision? The kinds of a decisions which I can take with the help of a marginal costing is whether I should introduce a new product. So let us say I already have a restaurant, and in a restaurant there is a menu card on, and my menu I want to introduce a new menu or a new food item. So whether it will be feasible for me to introduce or not. So that is called as an introducing a new product. So this type of a decisions can be taken with the help of a marginal costing. Same time, but what should be the selling price of my product? So this type of decision also I can take with the help of a marginal costing. Similarly, what should be my product mix or what should be my sales mix? So these are the some of the things where a marginal costing is applied. But today we are going to restrict ourselves to decision of making in-house or buying from outside supplier. Okay. Now make or a buy. When shall the decision of make or buy we need to take? When you are already a producer and you have a factory, you are doing a production of an item, and you are going into number of ways and you have an idle capacity. Now let me give you an example of an Apple Inc., the Apple company, which is a very famous company, software company, where you find so many products. They are doing so many kinds of product. They are manufacturing keypads, they are manufacturing mouse, they are going for a printer and so on. Now their core kind of a product may be a operating system, okay, Apple operating system we call it. So that may be the core kind of a product. And at the same time they find that there are certain idle capacity, maybe in-house resources are available which is idle, which is not utilized. So in that case they can make a decision whether to manufacture in-house or buy it from outside, that is called as an outsourcing. So basically a make or buy decision is taken when you have certain idle capacity. When do you choose to make in-house? So I have to now decide on a factors whether to take a decision of making or whether to take a decision of buying. So first one is, if the cost of quoted by a outsider buyer and your cost, and when I am talking about a cost, here I am going to talk only about a variable cost. You remember in a cost structure we have two types of a cost. One is called as a fixed cost and another one is called as a variable cost. So we are not going to take into consideration fixed cost. Rather, we are going to only take into consideration here variable cost. Why? Because fixed cost remains constant whether you manufacture a product or doesn't manufacture. So you have to bear that cost. Variable cost will only come when you take the decision of producing that item. So, if suppose Apple company takes a decision to produce or manufacture in-house mouse or keypads. So, this additional cost will be called as a variable cost. So, we are going to take only this variable cost and not the fixed cost. This is one reason. And then we have to compare this variable cost with the cost which a supplier has quoted. So, if manufacturing cost is less as compared to the supplier's cost, then we can take a decision of manufacturing the product in-house. Similarly, another factors are also very important, like your process or your design is very confidential, you do not want to share. So, if you want to give it to outsource it, you have to share your design or you have to share your process, you do not want to do that. Then in that case, however the manufacturing cost may be more, you will take the decision to manufacture in-house. Similarly, if there is a technology available or a know-how is available, skilled manpower is available and you want to look out for the safety of the product, then in that case you will take a decisions related to manufacturing the product in-house. Now, another option is whether to buy it from outside. So, first one I had told you, if the buying cost is less than the manufacturing, then you can go ahead with buying the product, but at the same time you will also look for other factors, and these factors are like you do not have an idle capacity, your capacity is running at full, you are manufacturing at a full capacity, 100% capacity, you do not have an idle capacity, then there is no point in choosing for manufacturing a product. Same time you do not have an availability of a new technology or a know-how which is required, and a skilled manpower is also not with you, and at the same time you want to concentrate on your core area. Okay. So, in that case you will take a decision to buy. Alright. Now, when we are going to solve or do the problem under make or buy and arrive at the decisions of making or buy, we are going to look for two items, and this is called a procedure. The first one is calculate the relevant cost of manufacturing the component. Relevant cost means cost which is incurring due to this additional manufacturing of a product. So, basically it is talking about a variable cost. And second procedure, I am going to calculate the relevant cost of buying the component. So, manufacturing cost, relevant cost I am going to do it, at the same time I am going to go ahead with the relevant cost of buying the product, and I am going to compare. If manufacturing cost is less than buying, then I will manufacture. If buying cost is less than manufacturing, then I will buy. So, you are going to take the decision if the component of relevant cost of buying is less than that of manufacturing, and make the component if relevant cost of making is less than that of buying. Alright. Now, we will take a small example. So, this is illustration number 1. So, to further clarify, so I have taken this a small example. So, Viraj Limited, this is a manufacturing or a producing company, has a part at a cost of rupees 12 per unit. So, they wanted to have a part which is the cost of that comes to 12 per unit, and the composition of the cost is as follows. It consists of material 4 rupees per unit I am talking about, wages another 4 rupees, overheads which is classified into variable and fixed. Variable is 2.50 and fixed is 1.50. So, the total cost comes to 12. Alright. And presently the firm has been incurring a total fixed cost of rupees 10,000 for manufacturing the current production of 1000 units. So, they are running at a production line of 1000 units, and the total fixed cost of manufacturing that comes to 10,000. Now, they have an offer, and the offer is from outsider, the same component in all aspects identical, similar type of a component is the buyer is offering them at rupees 12 per unit. So, now we need to take the decision whether we should manufacture the product in house or whether we should go for buying the product. So, we have been asked 3 questions. Should the offer be accepted? So, the first question is, should the offer be accepted? So, we will do step by step. The second question is, would your answer will be different if outside firm reduces the price to rupees 10 after negotiation? Now, third is, what is the impact of the fixed cost in decision making process? So, 3 questions we have been asked, alright. So, we have to remember 3 things. So, now I want to first find out the relevant cost. Now, let me see what is a relevant cost. So, relevant cost in manufacturing I will compare, at the same time relevant cost of buying I will compare. So, the relevant cost of manufacturing consists of material, okay, which is direct rupees 4. Alright. So, that is variable cost basically. Then we have labor. So, I have a labor cost, I think that is also in this problem rupees 4. And we have been given a overhead which is divided into, the overhead has been divided into a variable and fixed. We are not going to take fixed here, we are going to take only a variable. So, I am going to take variable, alright. So, I think it is 2.50. So, this becomes the relevant cost of manufacturing. So, what we have taken? We have taken a material, we have taken a labor and we have taken a overhead which is variable. So, we add up this. So, 4 plus 4 plus 8 plus 2.50. So, relevant cost of manufacturing a component comes to 10.50. Now, what is the offer of the buyer? The offer of the buyer is, this is manufacturing relevant cost. So, I will use a short form. So, manufacturing relevant cost comes to 10.50, whereas buyer's relevant cost is offered price is 11. So, now we have to make a decision. So, what is our decision? Manufacturing cost is less as compared to buying. So, naturally the decision will be to make the product. Now, that was the first case. Now, the second question they have asked is, if the buyer reduces the price or the supplier reduces the price to 10, we had a 10.50. So, he has offered first 11. So, there was 50 paise more and our cost was less by 50 paise when we are manufacturing. So, we took a decision to manufacture. So, now the buyer is offering you, he is saying that I am going to offer you at 10. So, what is your decision? So, very simple decision. So, now the relevant cost of buying, alright, now is he is giving me at 10 and my relevant cost of manufacturing, that is coming to 10.50. So, now cost of manufacturing is more than cost of buying. So, the decision will change, that I will not now manufacture, but I will buy the product. Now, the third questions which they have asked, okay, before going to the third question, we can have a small summary of what we have done. Okay. So, let us look at this. See, this is what I have done. The variable cost of the product is as under. So, variable cost here means the relevant cost. So, which includes material 4 rupees, wages 4 rupees and overheads variable cost 2.50. So, total variable cost came to 10.50, that is a relevant cost. Then, should the offer be accepted? This was the first question. So, in this case relevant cost of manufacturing is 10.50, whereas relevant cost of buying is 11. So, manufacturing cost is less than buying by 50 paise, hence the offer should be rejected and we should be manufacturing the product. The second question was, decision if the outside firm reduces the price to rupees 10. So, in this case relevant cost of manufacturing was 10.50, relevant cost of buying now he is offering at 10. So, our cost of buying is, relevant cost is buying is less than manufacturing by 50 paise. So, hence the offer should be accepted. Now, the third question, impact of the fixed cost in the decision making process. The fixed cost will not make any changes in your decision, because that is a cost which is going to incur whether you buy a product or whether you manufacture a product. So, it is not going to make any difference. So, this should be ignored. So, it is not going to do any impact. Alright. So, what we have done in this today's session, I will just summarize. The marginal costing technique is applicable in case of a short term decisions, the decisions like make or buy. Then when I am taking a decisions of make or buy, I have to look for a relevant cost, and the relevant cost of manufacturing, if it is less than the buying, then I should manufacture. If relevant cost of buying is more, okay, then I should manufacture. But if the relevant cost of buying is less, okay, then manufacturing, then I can buy the product. But at the same time, I have to also look for other factors. This is what we have studied today. I am giving you the further references which you can refer by yourself. These are the references which I have made. You can just go through these references, and thank you. With those